Hi. This is going to be, and it really will be a quick video because I'm picking Aine up in 15 minutes. I need to leave. And I've not been on the microphone because you're stationed very close to me here. And my plan is to do a watercolour painting of myself in that short space of time, just something. I mean, really, when I look at myself here, which you won't really be able to see me, but you'll be able to see what I'm doing on here. When I look at myself there, not hugely inspiring lighting. I'm in the kitchen. I just decided to do something swift, so it's really more about capturing the proportions and the dark and light of the hair against the skin, and just to get something, just to move with watercolour actually. And I've got a watercolour portraiture course starting on Sunday, and it's an online watercolour portrait course. And I thought, you know what, it's been ages since I've done any watercolour portraiture from life. I've done a few commissions and things, so I hope you can hear all right now. I think maybe the mic is on the other side of the iPad. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me. So this is having spent ages on colourful flowers and sticking and gluing and plastering stuff. Lily, I'm doing a video! I know! She's telling me the time because she's worried I'm going to not make it for Aine. I need to leave at 10:15 now. It's 9:30 now. I was going to say, plastering stuff on and gluing and sticking and colourful stuff. Something slightly more mature involved maybe. That's very childlike, all of that carry on, you know, the gluing and, well, it feels like engaging a childlike energy, which actually is something that's welcome for all of, speaking of childlike energy, Maisie's playing with the baubles again. Still haven't taken down the Christmas tree. Right, so I'm going to start with some cadmium red. I suppose start really by looking at myself, and I'm afraid you can't see the angle I'm looking at myself from. It's just too much to try and set that up. I mean, I'd have to look at myself in the camera, and that just wouldn't work for me. I want to be able to see my face in real life. And I'm mixing together the sap green with the cadmium red, because that's a good colour for me to begin with, in order to explain the any little bit of shadow that's on the skin. I mean, really, there's strange reflections coming from different sides and all that now, but let me just capture what's here. Okay, and I've set the alarm on my phone, so we will be interrupted in about 10 minutes when I need to go and pick up Aine from work. She's been working in Sainsbury's since 2 o'clock today, so it's a long one, 2 until 10 p.m. Well, it's as long as she always works her, but she said it feels like it's probably the trickiest one of all the shifts, is the late afternoon and into the night. Right, so I'm just finding the shape of my face. I'm turned slightly towards my right there, so that means then that there's this, there's more of the, I'm just going to use the Viridian green and alizarin crimson to make a dark colour that might represent the, just loading, splashing off the water there, that might represent, for example, the collar of my jumper. Is that right? Yeah, so I was turning slightly to my right, so you get more of my left ear. And actually, rather than go down to the jumper first, I'm going to use this dark colour to find where the hair meets the skin on the neck. Now the paint that's on the face is still a bit wet, so I'm not actually touching that. Oh, I've missed you, watercolour. No. I need some ultramarine blue. There's none on my palette, but rather than take time to find it, I'm just going to use the blue that's here in the corner. I think it's Indian Threen blue. I like it anyway. That'll work. Why was I wanting that? Because, yes, I wanted to deepen the colour here. Yeah. Okay, so I want to deepen the colour here where the polo neck is, so that it's a different colour from the hair. Alright, so that's that. And I think going back to the hair, I'm going to put in some Van Dyke brown into that blue in order to make a dark colour again to represent the hair above the ear. It's just a little patch of it there really. And I hold the brush like this so that paint accumulates and it fills the space where the hair meets the skin. And the highest point of the head is about there. Standing back, I think it might be extended a little bit too far out there. So I'll just wash off a bit of that. And I'm going to continue with the greenish colour for the jumper over here. When I say continue, it's my first time using it, isn't it? So that's sap green. Maisie's just eating the Christmas tree. I'm just going to let her at it for now. It's a little bit of how my life generally goes. I'll just let it happen for now. Yeah. I think she'll be alright. It's just the big branch that she goes for usually, so she's not eating pine needles or anything. Right, now I'm going to re-emphasize where the hair meets the face with that slightly warmer colour. And I'm going to bring that in as well here, a little bit more. And I just check my time then and see, because I think really what I need to do then is to indicate the features. Okay, just going to stand back. The shorter you're painting, the more standing back is needed really. Right, I want to, what am I doing? Yeah, to kind of pull it down a little bit more. And there is quite a lot of green. I've got a couple of palettes on the go here now, so there's colours coming in that I've not used in a while that just look what I need on the other palette. So I don't know what the green is. It might be tallow green or something. And for swiftness, I'm actually ending up not even mixing colours, but just using what I've got, which I wouldn't normally recommend, but sometimes it's a bit of fun to do that as well. You know, I would normally recommend that you really aim to capture the exact colour, but when you're in a rush, you can just do anything. I need to come back into the face here. I'm using the 1.5 inch brush from Rosemary & Co. Now there's some cadmium yellow or orange, I don't know, I think it's cadmium orange actually. And I'm going to use that to find something of the skin here. Like there's no real change in tone apart from the kind of circles under my eyes and things. And there's a shadow underneath the jawline there, alright. Okay, I'm going to try and find the position of the features through just locating the shadow. For example, underneath the nose there's a shadow cast by the nose and attached to the underside of the nose. Now when I say that, it's very, very light really. The shadow is very close to the skin around. But there's a little bit more alizarin. I find that the tip of the nose often is a little bit warmer. And there are some shadows that are worth looking for, and there's other shadows that you just want to leave alone. Like there's no need to be finding all the different shadows in between at the moment, because of especially if there's a time limit, you want to locate the position of the features as best you can in the landscape, the general landscape of the face. Now there is a bright light shining over there on my face. So there is some little bit of brightness at the edge. I've got 4 minutes left. So that means I'm going to stop talking and do my mouth, I suppose. I could always do a step 2, but I'm going to pretend that there's no step 2 option. smaller brush now for the eyes. Yeah. In 3 minutes, Lily. Oh, I'm supposed to get fish food. That's what she's checking. Well, I can go to Asda. It's 24 hours. There's no fish food left. We're wondering how the fish is surviving. But there's a few bits and pieces we've thrown in that were... Anyway, sorry. We sound like we're not looking after the animals very well, but actually we are. That fish is fine. Okay. Alright. So that's that eye. And the other one. You want to be careful when you're painting your own face in the mirror, because you could be looking at one eye and then the other and actually make them kind of go in different directions. So it's more to find the landscape of the eye first, really, and then you can position the iris a bit more clearly. But for now, I think I'm getting away with it. And then I'll do something for the eyebrows. So there's an eyebrow that goes, there's a direction to the eyebrow that does this. And it kind of goes, there's a little bit of a dark patch there too. And then the upper lid, the upper eyelash line, I should say, has got a kind of a dark feeling to it as well. That, and then I changed brushes again to the 1/4 inch one, which will allow me to make the iris kind of nestle under that shadow of the eyelid. Okay. And then what's happening there? Let that iris come over a little bit. It looks a bit strange. I'll do the eyebrow here anyway and see. No, you can maybe not hear a thing. Sorry about that if that's the case. And I'll drop in a pupil. You could call that a pupil, it's not really. And I'm going to stop talking now because I need to go back down to the line dividing the lips. Just to indicate a bit more shadow there. And under the nose too, but it's still a bit wet for any definition really. There's my time up now. Okay. Oh, done some sort of stopwatch thing. Alright, I think maybe the last thing I could do there would be just a little bit of colour in that ear. It's in shadow, so it won't be very bright anyway, just to let us know that it's skin rather than a blank space. Yeah, we'll see. I might go for a step 2, I'm not sure. Okay, so that's what happened. And here you are. Okay, see you next time. Bye. I won't say tomorrow because, as you know, I don't do it every day, do I? Okay. Anyway, all the best. Thanks for watching. There I am, looking at you. See ya.